most of us, if not all of us, when we were younger, and even now when we are adults or teenagers or adolescents, wherever we are in life, have been asked the question, what do we want to be when we grow up? And oftentimes, we have given people genuine answers, but as we've gotten older, we've given more realistic answers, and oftentimes those realistic answers have no real joy in them, but sometimes they do. But today, we're going to delve into what we really want to be when we grow up, and we're going to delve into what I want to be when I grow up. Hello again, all beautiful people, beautiful souls, beautiful whatever you are. My name is Keyshawn, and I am the owner, founder, designer, special person of Chasmic Desist, a clothing brand dedicated to illustrating mental and emotional health issues and any other related situations. Welcome back to another video. So, before I start, one, the website is officially up and running. It has been refurbished, it is new. Everything about Chasmic Desist is officially reborn, and I'm so excited to share that with you. So before I continue to the actual part of the video, please click somewhere, follow somewhere, the link in bio or wherever I put it, and go check out the website. Now what you'll find is that I have done a lot of work. It looks vastly different from what it has looked before if you've been part of this brand in the past. But if you're new, I'm so excited for you to experience the journey that I have so delicately and intentionally made for not only you to go through, but for myself to go through as well. And with that being said, it really lends credence to what I want to be when I grow up and what I want you guys to be when you grow up, and what I want Chasmic Desist to be when it grows up, and especially since it's been reborn. Now, what I mean by the question, why am I asking what do you want to be when you grow up? Haven't you already answered that question? Haven't I already answered that question? Now, I haven't written any of this down. I haven't used my trusty dry erase board to outline points. But I do feel that this is an important video. You know, many of us when we were younger have sought after a lot of things. We sought after a lot of things. We were exploring. We had rose-tinted glasses. We saw sunshine and rainbows all the time. We weren't really aware of the realities of the world. And that's both a good and bad thing, right? We're happy, but when we get older, we're kind of just like pushed into the forefront, into everything. And that's not always fun. So when adults asked us what we wanted to be when we grow up, we said so many things, right? We said princes, princesses, kings, emperors, astronauts, fighter pilots, president, actor, superstar, rock star, artist, whatever, right? Whatever piqued your interest at that time. Obviously, a lot of us didn't really know what we were talking about, but a lot of us did know what we were talking about, if that makes sense. And you know, the adults are so sweet, many of them, not all of them, but they're like, oh yeah, this is great, you can be whatever you want to be. And then when you grow up, it's like, you can't be whatever you want to be, you need to be realistic. And in the grand scheme of things, you know, if you're making money from something and you're happy with it, that's realistic. Like you could have wanted to be a video game designer, when you're younger. But then other people couldn't really see the vision. Like, that's not realistic. Guys, you know how hard that is? But the video game industry right now is a $1 billion industry. It is a $1 billion industry. You can get into it by being a programmer, a visual artist, a writer, a storyteller. Right? There's so many avenues for you to get into that industry. And for me, when I was younger, I wanted to be a chef. And then I wanted to be an aerospace engineer. I wanted to build jets and spacecrafts because I wanted to go to space. And I wanted to draw something or be something that nobody else could even think of or dream of that was possible. And one of those things is very realistic in that it's the aerospace engineer. Being a chef is really hard, and being an artist is even harder. And I'm sure for many of you, you have had a similar line of thinking where it gets really dreamlike and more realistic and not as naive or not as idealistic. But I've come here with you today to say that everything is realistic. Absolutely everything is realistic, no matter what anybody else tells you. Now, I should preface it with saying, don't go crazy, don't be naive and expect that the rules of the world, the actual rules of the world, don't apply to you. If you want to pursue a certain avenue, there are a plethora of steps that need to be taken in order for it to become an actual reality. That is, and reality and realistic are related together simply for the fact that we create our own reality. You know, oftentimes society kills our joy. It makes us consume, makes us consumers, makes us divisive, makes us think that we don't have a real voice or a real choice. But in reality, let's put this into perspective. You are a being, a human being, or a dog or a robot, I don't know what you are, on a planet, in a solar system, in a galaxy, in a universe that is breathing. It is continuously expanding and contracting. And in that universe, there are trillions of planets and stars and nebulas and galaxies and whatever. And you are one grain of sand, literally one grain of sand in a gazillion grain sand beach, right? And the fact that people tell you what you can and cannot be just because it doesn't fit into a mold is ludicrous in the grand scheme of things. It is absolutely ludicrous. All right. There's no reason why you can't be whatever you want to be. You just have to do the correct steps. Perform the right things. Now, let's say you want to be an artist, for example, right? In order to be a successful artist, you need to be a good business person. If you go to school to be an artist, great. But I do suggest that you maybe get a business degree on the side or get some entrepreneurial classes, learn about finances, learn about accounting, learn about marketing, right? If you want your idealistic dream to be realistic, you need to perform realistic steps. And then once you pursue a particular avenue, let's say you get that marketing job or you're a writer or whatever, you fund the dream with the role you are currently in. The two and two, both of them have to go together in order for you to get towards the path that you're working towards. You have to do certain things in order to get to where you want to be, right? In order for Chasmic to grow up and be beautiful, I have to pursue certain things and fund it so that way I can be what I want to be when I grow up. And I'm still growing, obviously. And no matter how old you are still growing. Unless you're about to die. That's a really dark joke, I'm sorry. But don't give up on your dreams. The website Chasmic Desist was me not giving up on my dream, and part of what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I'm so glad I didn't give up on it. The website is beautiful. It's so much more beautiful than it originally was. Everything about Chasmic is so much more beautiful than it really was. I am helping Chasmic Desist be what it always wanted to be when it grew up. When it was originally in my mind, in my core, in my soul. And I'm so glad to share it with you, because that's part of what it wants to be. It wants to be shared with you, because its journey, my journey, is everyone's journey. It is our journey. Chasmic Desist wants to be a teacher. It wants to be a journeyman. It wants to be part of the caravan. And that caravan is all inclusive of you, unconditionally. So when I ask the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do I want to be when I grow up? What does Chasmic Desist want to be when it grows up? The answer to each of those questions is happy, is great, it is knowledgeable, it is loving, it is to embody love, to embody self-acceptance and understanding, to embody growth. Because at the end of the day, no matter what your decision in life is, what you want to be when you grow up has always been happy. It is always to be fulfilled. One moment. Had to put my phone on vibrate and spam by messages, but let's consider those dings as confirmations of what I was saying. But to continue, what we want to be when we grow up is the best version of ourselves. And we find that best version of ourselves when we make a real effort, like a real concerted, sincere effort to better ourselves by loving ourselves, by becoming more disciplined, becoming more knowledgeable, not being ignorant, not being bigots. We become who we want to be when we actualize everything that helps us reach the highest version of ourselves, the best version of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, that's who we always have wanted to be. We have always wanted to be these best versions of ourselves. And whether that be professional athlete, businessman, CEO, engineer, artist, author, chef, architect, astronaut, whatever you want to be is there for you to grab. But what's stopping you is the fact that you don't understand anything about yourself yet, or you don't understand anything about the world, or you're still working towards those things, but you're just not at that right point, that specific level or frequency, vibration, that specific thought and action process that you need to get there. And it's not impossible. It is certainly doable, But there are a variety of obstacles that you have to overcome in order to reach that point. And some of those obstacles include depression, anxiety, sadness, anger, PTSD. You may have disabilities, bipolar, physical disabilities. But none of that should stop you from achieving what you have always wanted to achieve. And the reason why is because, like I said earlier, the universe is too goddamn big for you to be worrying about what everybody else thinks. Just do you. Do you with love, prosperity, with abundance, with actual meaning, no surface level stuff. If you can do all that, you'll get to where you need to be. You'll get to where you deserve to be. You get to where you want to be. You'll get to be who you want to be when you grow up. You'll get there. But you have to practice discernment. You have to be smart. You have to move with the flow. You have to move with light and love. You have to move with positivity, with realism, with idealism, and maybe a little bit of naivety in there. All of those things are very important. And to get to where Chasmic Desist needs to be, to get to where I need to be, I need to do all those same things, and so does Chasmic. And I guess the best part of all of that, the best part of all of what I'm saying is that you get to be a part of it. And I'm so happy that you are.